Hey, it's Megan McFadden from Mischievous Monsters. Today, we're going to talk about my last day in Puerto Rico before my dad and I head home back to Iowa. We toured the southern part of Puerto Rico. My dad was like, Megan, we got to go see the Caribbean Sea while we're here. And I'm like, weren't we by the Caribbean Sea earlier? He's like, no, Megan. We were by the Atlantic Ocean up north. We got to go south and head to the Caribbean. I'm like, okay, fine, Dad, we'll do that. We went south of San Juan towards Batillas. The roads, for the most part, are kind of like a regular major highway, besides a little bit of construction and going in the valleys of mountains. I don't know how to put things in the GPS because the GPS is like, hey, we want an address. But Google says, oh, no. It is P75 +721. City, Puerto Rico zip code. Or if it doesn't appear on Foursquare, it doesn't exist. So you just have to put roughly where you're gonna go. Long story short, the Caribbean Sea is not like as pretty as the Atlantic, or at least not the places we went to. So we just stopped at a couple beaches and it was barely anyone there. There was some fancy schmancy basketball team, a fisher, and then just a few other people probably waiting for their kids. This other beach, there was like one person there talking to someone in the car or on the phone. The beaches were some of the dirtiest I've seen. The litter is all over the place. It is not well kept. The water is kind of dirty, most likely from erosion. We didn't go too thoroughly into these beaches being like, okay, we're going to be this Caribbean Sea expert. We just wanted to see the Caribbean Sea. We went to a finca, a farm. It was La Chocolatera. It is a vegetarian restaurant that's like a diner. This restaurant doesn't have much of an address either. Google did tell me where it was. They had like 20 signs near the place. We went up this very steep hill and found this really nice farm. And they're only open on the weekend, probably because they either have a second job selling their food. And it was pretty neat. They don't really speak much English there, so the menu's all in Spanish. You may have to ask, ¿Cómo se dice? What is? Or quiero un menú vegano. I want a vegan menu. Vegetarian or vegan menu. And they got two of these dry erase boards. It's like reminds me back at elementary school. One board's like, you gotta put the vegetarian or vegan menu and the number. Then on the back there are other things too. They come with hot chocolate and then something that's kind of like a polenta cake. It was pretty good, and they had topping of like rosemary, and it was like dark hot chocolate. My dad and I liked it. He had his with regular milk. I had soy milk, and it was super good. I ordered waffles, so I was confused. I was like, they're labeled like wafflers on the menu, like waffles with an R. You know those massive waffles you get at Belgian waffle breakfast? It's kind of like that, divided into four. The server was like, hey, you want some chocolate on that? And I'm like, okay, sure. And then you can top it with raw sugar, agave nectar, maple syrup, and then I had this massive fruit bowl. I didn't fully understand that like the granola and stuff was going to be with it, or I had to ask for it. I'm not much of a granola person. And it also had like papaya in addition to pineapple, bananas, and mango, and I'm not that into papaya. My dad liked it though, but I still thought it was pretty good despite that. After the great venture into the wilderness of the mountains / sea, we went back to our Airbnb. We started packing up before church. Yeah, I'm Catholic, so normally we just go to church on the weekends. We ended up going to Stella Maris Church, and they have a 4 o'clock English mass on Saturdays. There was a mask requirement. But the thing is about this church, we went through the side door. We just noticed there's a lot of people wearing masks in here. The announcer was like, okay, all you guys wear your mask, okay? So my dad went to the back of the church, which was actually the front, because we went through the side, and got us a couple masks, so we were cool. But we haven't really worn masks in like a year. June 2021 when we stopped having any regulations on masks in Iowa. Mostly I've noticed there are some signs about masks, but then like none of the employees are wearing them, or half the people in the restaurant or store aren't wearing them. That's the first time I've ever been told you have to wear a mask. And actually, even though they didn't have any signs saying to wear a mask, that gets really confusing. And then we came back here, we ate some leftovers, and then we watched a movie. So it was a pretty chill day. We also got some gas. And tomorrow we're gonna wake up at like 4:15. We got a flight at 8:10. And don't be like, Megan, you're going too early to the airport for this. Okay, calm down. We're leaving between 5 and 5:15. Then we gotta be at the airport around 5:30 so we can give back our rental car by 6. Then if we get there, everything done with the rental car by 6, we got 2 hours early to the airport because our flight's at 8:10. We actually have like a 2.5 hour layover in Charlotte, and I'm like, Dad, we should probably get food on the way to our gate because it's more efficient. And then he's like, oh, no. The more efficient thing is for us to go to the gate. You say ta-ta with the bags. I'm then get food and then come back at boarding time. And I said, no, that's not allowed. Hopefully we can actually eat something in the airport because we're going to be there long enough to eat, instead of just run to the line that you have to board on and go to the bathroom right before. Some takeaways from today. We noticed that some of the younger folks, like high school, college age, like I thought, okay, since it's the US, you gotta learn English. It has to be like a second language equivalent, like Germany learns English in school all the time. That's what I thought, but no. They learn it as if it was Spanish in the mainland US. Like people take years of Spanish in high school and then that's it. Like they don't learn it through school. But hopefully that's gonna change. I am surprised they don't know English that well. But everything's in Spanish, even though we are in the United States. And there's all these signs about, here's some classes in English. I'm like, why do you need that? My dad was like, they need it for the old people because they got out of school early. But no, that's pretty common for anybody. For some reason, a lot of places want you to throw away used toilet paper in trash cans instead of in the toilet. Might have to do with their sewage system. I don't fully get it. I noticed it in El Yunque first, and then some restaurants had it. I don't know what that's about. I wish someone could tell me. Also, I was told by the tour guide yesterday that was going to be like, the beaches are crowded on the weekends. Don't worry, they are. But we go to these beaches in the south part of Puerto Rico. There's like no one there. We found some families going to a baseball game. That's the only crowd we saw all day. There was a crowd yesterday at Viejo San Juan when we were just touring the capital right afterwards when we were going to eat at the gelato place. Since today is my last day here, in the next video that is linked right here, you're going to find what I think of my flight and some final wrap-up things that I noticed in general about my trip to Puerto Rico and how it was eating vegan here. I'll probably have patches on my shoulder because she is very cuddly and needy when I am not there all the time. I hope you have enjoyed all the things I've been telling you about Puerto Rico. If you have any ideas or suggestions on the next trip I go on, where I should eat in the Puerto Rico in the future, or anything about vegan travel, put it in the comments below. I hope to go on a trip sometime next year, but I have nothing planned besides possibly a family trip to South Carolina. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and safe travels!